ಸ್ಪೈಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಟೂರ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಬಂದು 25 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಶುರು ಆಯಿತು. ಹಾಗೆ 7 ಇಯರ್ಸಿಂದ ಈ ಟೂರ್ನ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಥರ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಇದೆ, ವಿತ್ ಲಂಚ್ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಲಂಚು. ವಿತ್ ಲಂಚ್ ಜೊತೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ 600 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಲಂಚ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು 200 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಲಂಚಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೀರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂರ್ಗ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷ್ನಲ್ ಫುಡ್ನ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ವೆಜ್ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನ್ ವೆಜ್ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೊಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಟೂರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷ್ನಲ್ ಫುಡ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಬನ್ನಿ ಇವಾಗ ಕಾಫಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಪೈಸ್ ಟೂರ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ.
Sir, my name is Salim. So first I will be telling about 3 types of coffee plantation. So this is Liberica coffee. Madam, आपको पीछे that is Robusta. And this one is Arabica, a single plant here. ये छोटा सा plant है, this is Arabica. Okay. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಅದು. Okay. So first I will be telling the origin. Actually, Liberica coffee actually originated in Liberia. That's a West African country. Okay. It's there in Liberia, Uganda and Angola. From there, the Britishers took to the Asian countries in the 19th century. So it's there in Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia. In India, it was sown in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay. Actually, it grows like a trees. This plant grows like a tree. Around 18 meters tak jata hai. But very 18 meters. How old is this? This is around 30, I mean to say around 15 to 20, sir. Okay. Sir, once we plant that, it will grow like a tree. So around 18 meters tak jata hai, but very limitedly grown all over the world. People won't like that much. So sort of bitter taste hai iska, coffee ka. So that's why they won't like that much. So actually, very limited means matlab 1 or 2% in the world. But Robusta is around 40%, Arabica around 60%. Okay. So people did not have much knowledge of this coffee before. So at that time, what they used to do, I mean, the sellers of these berries used to mix these berries with Robusta berries and sell in the market. But that trend has changed now. People have knowledge, so separate market is there. So around 1,200 rupees for the roasted beans, the rate which we are selling here in our retail shop here. So first I told you that it was sown in that Andaman and Nicobar Islands in India. That's a low altitude area. Actually, coffee plantation require high altitude, sir. So the more yield will come there. Okay? But in that area, it's not that much yield we are getting. So this Coorg is around 3,500 feet from the sea level. So high, very high altitude area. So this is from Liberia, and that Arabica coffee actually originated in Ethiopia. But first cultivation started by the Yemen people in the 15th century there. 17th century it came to India. How means one person from India had gone for Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca. So he finished that pilgrimage. While coming back, he had gone to Yemen also, sir. From Yemen he took 7 beans from Arabica.
7 beans?
Yeah, Arabica beans. So 7 is more important in Islam, sir. Okay. So that's why 7 beans from the he smuggled some beans from, sir. Actually, dadi mein chupa kar laya, sir. Hidden the beans in his beard, sir. Came to Chikmagalur district in Karnataka. From Chikmagalur, around 25 kilometer, one hill is there. What nowadays we call as now Babu Budangiri Hills. So इनका ही नाम था Babu Budan. So there he sowed that bean. That was the first coffee bean sown in India. क्योंकि कौन सा भी coffee हो, it's not of Indian origin. All are from Africa, but Arabica first came to India. This Robusta from sub-Saharan countries of Africa, sir. For example, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, in that area actually originated. So in India we have these 3 varieties. One more variety is grown in Southeast Asia, what we call as Excelsa. That is from Republic of Chad countries originated. So that also one more. Totally 4 varieties are used all over the world. So in India we have this only 3. First I will be telling the harvesting of this one. So once we plant this one, after 3 or 4 years, the first harvesting will be. And once it starts yield, yearly only 1 crop we will get. Okay. For example, Arabica starts yield around November, December and January. This one starts, Robusta will be around January, February and March. So this one is around March, April and May. Okay? And you can see this berries here. These 2 already harvested. This one you can see here. That berries, when it is ripened, it will become orange in color, sir. Inside bean will be yellow. Okay. This one red crimson color will be the berries, sir. And the inside bean will be brown color. Robusta. And that Arabica also red crimson color. Inside bean will be green color, sir. 3 different colors of beans. And उसमें सबसे बड़ा size, biggest size is of Liberica. Second जो है, it will be of Arabica, sir. You can see that plant. It's a smaller plant, sir, compared to Robusta, but the beans are bigger than that. Beans सबसे छोटा आता है, this of Robusta, ठीक है? And you can see all these wild plants, wild trees, sir. Purpose of shade, sir. Coffee plantation requires shade, sir.
Okay.
Inside the shade, all plantations are. In that, compared to this two, Arabica needs more shade than Robusta. Okay. And it needs altitude also. Shade भी ज़रूरत है. Also, maintain cost is very much high, sir, of Arabica. ठीक है? So सबसे cheap will be, so that is around 1,000 rupees per kg for the roasted beans, what we sell in a retail shop. This is around 600 rupees.
So that's 1200, that's 1000, this is 600.
600. सबसे cheap will be this one, sir. Sir, इस कॉफ़ी में कौन से कॉफ़ी में ज़्यादा कैफीन है? So where there is more bitterness is there, in that coffee more caffeine will be there. So these two have more caffeine. That I mean to say is Robusta and Liberica. That's a mild coffee, sir, Arabica. Caffeine content is very much less in that one. So chocolate-like flavor, sir, sweet taste. Okay. And you can see the height of the plant also, sir. Around 6 to 7 feet we maintain this height of the plant, sir. Sir, इससे ज़्यादा भी height आता है, we never allow it to grow, sir. So we cut that unwanted branches or unproductive branches. By that what happens, the yield will, that's why cut, so इससे yield improve होता है, ठीक है? Sir, और एक point है, if you see in India, sir, around 71% जो coffee आता है from Karnataka itself. 71%, 21% in Kerala, 5% in Tamil Nadu. सबसे ज़्यादा कर्नाटक में. So other 3% is from northeast में होता है, sir. Maybe Andhra, Orissa, Meghalaya, that region. So only 3%, but 71% in Karnataka. That does not mean the entire state, you know, sir. Only 3 districts famous for coffee. That is Chikmagalur है, sir, Coorg है, और Asan district है. So what type of climate required for this one, sir? First of all, good rainfall required for this one, sir. Second is the altitude, sir. The more the altitude, the yield will be very much good. So third is the sloping mountains. The pani, it should flow, sir. It should not remain stagnant anywhere. ऐसा जगह में कॉफ़ी अच्छा आता है, ठीक है ना? Sir, और एक बात है, you can see this berry, sir. Usually inside a berry, sir, 2 beans will be there. Sometime due to natural defect, single bean will come. That bean we call as pea berry. Pea berry. It's a less matured bean, sir. So actually in that caffeine content also very much mild in that one. So usually हम लोग क्या करते हैं इसको, we do different blends of coffee. So उसमें mix करते हैं, pea berry, Arabica mixed together, pea berry, Robusta mixed together. ऐसा अलग अलग टाइप का blends of coffee we do, yes, sir. ठीक है? तो बाद में आपको कॉफ़ी मिलेगा, that also one blend of coffee, sir. That's a mixture of 50% Arabica, 50% Robusta. No chicory mixed. So what is chicory now, sir? Chicory is a separate plant. It's not a coffee plant at all. So you can see in instant coffee, and it will be in ingredient column, sir, in brew, Nescafe and all, you can see the ingredient column. 70% will be coffee, 30% will be chicory. So chicory is a separate plant. This is vanilla. Okay. Actually, vanilla actually originated in Mexico. Okay. So actually, cool climate is not that favorable for vanilla because we have a cool temperature here. It needs hot temperature with high humidity चाहिए. Sir, have you heard country called Madagascar, sir? That's an African country. Produces about 80% of vanilla in the world. But recently one cyclone came there, sir. It has destroyed the whole vanilla there, sir. So before cyclone came, sir, around 25,000 rupees per kg for the pots was there. After cyclone, it has almost become around 45,000 per kg, sir. Sir, at that time only the people of Coorg started planting this one, since it is a cash crop, sir. ठीक है? So इधर क्या होता है, sir? इधर one place called as Sulya, many people have planted this one, sir. So क्या हुआ? Suddenly once they planted, so after 4 years the market fell down, sir. So किधर से किधर आ गया, sir? From 45,000 it came to around 5,000. So many have suffered also this one. So once we plant this one, sir, after 4 years that harvesting come, 3 or 4 years, sir. जब harvest होने के पहले that flower blooms, sir, within 6 to 7 hours you have to pollinate this one, sir. Okay. Within. So सुबह से 6 बजे से लेकर दोपहर के 1 बजे के अंदर pollination करना है. In case of next day the flower will fall, sir. So immediately it should be done. So what we do here, we do artificial pollination. But in Mexico, it is naturally pollinated through an honeybee, what we call as mellifauna. So uska honeybee ke through se hota hai. But that honeybee is not there in India or in Madagascar. So both country, what we do here, artificial for sir. Manually, sir, through a chopstick, we pollinate that one, sir, flower. So once it is pollinated, gradually that beans will grow, sir. So it will take around 7 to 9 months to grow, sir. Okay. So it's when it is unripened, it will be in green color, sir. Ripened, it will turn to yellow. So when it is ripened, that aroma comes, sir. At that time, we pluck it. Pluck it, put inside a water for a few minutes, and then it is sun dried also. It's a very long process. Finally, uska extract nikal. But as far as Coorg is concerned, sir, utna yield we won't get much. So whatever we get it, sir, we use for that vanilla sugar के लिए use करते हैं, flavor के लिए उसके अंदर डाल के रखते हैं, sir. ठीक है? So this is tapioca plant. Maragenusu. Maragenusu gottaitala. So sir, this is from West Indies, North America. West Indies actually originates. Actually tapioca comes in the roots, similar like sweet potato. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं, once we plant around 8 months, 9 months में that harvesting starts. When the flower blooms, that's the time of harvest. So we open that one and remove that tapioca. So tapioca, what we do, we steam boil and eat here, sir. So ये breakfast में भी use करते हैं. In Kerala also very much famous in Kerala. So they call kappa in Kerala. So बहुत ही famous है. So high in carbohydrates. So इसका chips भी बनते हैं. Chips also, even साबुदाना मतलब that sagu. It's processed in the factory. ठीक है ना, तो खिचड़ी भी बनाते हैं, खीर भी, अलग अलग चीज़ बनाते हैं सर. आई थिंक यू पीपल ऑल्सो यूज इट. तो आप लोग भी यूज़ करते हैं.
साबुदाना इज मेड फ्रॉम दिस.
हाँ, या इसका बनता है. वो फैक्ट्री में प्रोसेस होता है, वो सागू बनता है ना, द प्रोसेस इन फैक्ट्री. सो ये सब करते हैं. सो दिस इज एक्चुअली दैट इज सो नॉर्थ अमेरिकन प्लांट है एक्चुअली. ठीक है. So the bird's eye chili, one of the spiciest chili in India. So I have you heard about Bhuj Jolakya, sir? Yes. That's the number one. So this is I think in 5th place. So compared to other chilies, थोड़ा acidity इसमें कम है. ठीक है. So we usually use in pickles में, चटनी में सब use करते हैं सर. So vinegar में डाल के रखते to reduce that spiciness also. So actually बोलते हैं actually originated in Thailand. Thai chili है. In Thai cuisines they use more, sir. ठीक है. So in case आपको चाहिए, we have it there. So थोड़ा costly है. 25 grams around 90 rupees है पैकेट.
But used for cooking also?
हाँ, cooking also, sir. अचार में भी डालते हैं. Cooking butter milk also we use it. On butter also. Okay. ठीक है. And this one you can see, this is avocado, sir. This is the green avocado. So actually this is a Mexican plant. So once we plant it around 5 to 7 years, the first harvesting will be. जब हार्वेस्टिंग आता है अराउंड मार्च अप्रैल में हार्वेस्टिंग ऐसे, और एक जुलाई अगस्त में. सो यू कैन सी द ऑलरेडी फ्रूट्स कमिंग दे. द फ्रूट ऑलरेडी हार्वेस्टिंग शुरू हो गया. सो दिस इज एक्चुअली मैक्सिकन प्लांट. सर कंपेयर टू अदर प्लेसेस, दिस प्लेस इज वेरी मच फेवरेबल फॉर एवोकाडोस. तो ज़्यादा इधर एवोकाडो होता है. ठीक है. हाँ, टेम्परेट क्लाइमेट है. सो दैट्स वाई वी डू इट हियर. तो इतना कमर्शियल वी आर नॉट, बिकॉज इट विल अफेक्ट कॉफी ऑल्सो. एज अ कॉफी है दिस वन. Yeah, this one, sir, one type of lime, sir, what we call as citron lime. ಇದು ಕೈ ಒಲಿಂತ ಏಲಕಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತುಂಟ ಅದು. Okay. So this is citron lime. So usually it is used for pickles. Pickles के लिए यूज करते हैं for giddiness also, sir. चक्कर आता है ना. हाँ. चक्कर आता है, nausea, vomiting से, उसके लिए इसका शरबत में बना के पिए तो बहुत अच्छा. So very much famous. Usually every Friday market में इधर आके सेल करते हैं, sir. So if you want, you can visit Madikeri Friday market. There they will come and the farmers will come and sell this. So always on demand. Usually it goes to pickers के. ठीक है ना?
ಇದು ನಾರ್ಮಲಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಕರೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು?
ಯಾವುದು ಟೋಟಲ್? ಇದು 15 ಎಕರೆ.
15 ಎಕರೆದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಫುಲ್
ಕಾಫಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸರ್.
ಕಾಫಿ,
ರೋಬಸ್ಟಾ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅರೇಬಿಕಾ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಲಿಬೇರಿಕಾ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರೋದು.
ಓಕೆ
ಲಿಬೇರಿಕಾ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಏಲಕ್ಕಿ ಇದೆ ಮೇಲೆ.
ಏಲಕ್ಕಿ.
ಏಲಕ್ಕಿ ಸಹ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ ಏಲಕ್ಕಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಮಮ್, ಇಲೈಚಿ. ಸರ್ एक यूनिक एक्सपीरियंस है सर. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಸರ್ 2 types of cinnamons are there. So this is cassia cinnamon है और एक जो है that is Ceylon cinnamon. So we remove this cinnamon from the outer bark. That cinnamon is removed from the inner bark. Once we plant around 5 years we start taking the bark, sir. So while taking that bark we get some standard cinnamon that is used for cooking purpose. The fully matured one we will use for oil purpose, cinnamon oil के लिए. And you can see this leaves, this is Indian bay leaves है. So तेज पत्ता बोलते हैं. तो इसको ड्राई करके हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं. सर वो जो श्रीलंकन cinnamon बताया that's from the inner bark है. वो थोड़ा स्वीट है सर. तो यूजुअली इट्स यूज्ड इन डेजर्ट्स. तो वो स्वीट है, ये स्पाइसी है. तो ये बिरयानी में ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं. लीव्स ऑल्सो यूज्ड इन राइस डिशेस में ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं. सो हम अराउंड 1 or 2 days वी ड्राई इट देन वी यूज. ठीक है. सो थोड़ा आगे चलेंगे. रोस्टिंग यूनिट ಇದೆ बोलो. ಸರ್ ರೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಫಿ ರೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್
ಅದು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಾ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಆಯಿತಾ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ.
ಓಕೆ.
ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ರೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸೊ ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ನೀವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಷ್ಟೇ.
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್.
ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಅವ್ರು ಇದ್ದರೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಸೊ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
ನಾವು ಮಡಿಕೇರಿಯಿಂದ ಬರೋದು.
ಸರಿ.
ಅಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಓಕೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಟೇ?
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ.
ಓಕೆ.
ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್. So different process of coffee है. So this is the first method है जो हम लोग ड्राई करते हैं सनलाइट में. It will become like this around 15 to 20 days. So we put in that coffee huller machine where the husk and the yellow layer is removed. तो उसके बाद ऐसा हो जाता है. So this is the Arabica beans है. Arabica, this is Robusta, and this is the Liberica one, and this one is the pea berry. ठीक है. And these two are the roasted beans है. The medium roasted and dark roasted है. So this blend we call as dark roast espresso blend. So this is we use for South Indian filter coffee, medium roasted. Okay. And this is the chicory which comes from Gujarat se aata hai. Chicory comes from Gujarat. ठीक है ना. So this is that poop. This is that poop sir. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಗುಂಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಗುಂಟು ಫುಲ್ಲು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ತೋರಿಸೋದಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪೂಪ್.
Here we put around 10 kgs of coffee beans. After roasting, we will get 8 kgs. Means 80% will get the output. Okay. Different varieties of roasting is there. Light roast, dark roast, and medium roast. Each bag takes around 40 to 45 minutes. Depends on the color. Light roast like 40 minutes, dark roast around 45 minutes. Once the color changes towards brown, immediately it keeps on changing. So we have to be very careful. Yes, you can see the roasting there, coffee beans. Now it's in green. Next half an hour it will be light green only. After half an hour it starts color. Once it starts into brown color, we need to be very careful. Okay. Now the more this one. Normally we do the medium roast. Okay. Only for espresso and other blends we go for dark. Okay. No need to add chicory for dark roast. For medium roast we have some 10% to 30% chicory. Actually chicory makes the coffee bitter and strong. Okay. the roaster. After roasting, this is the cooling tray. Then it goes for grinding. Till here is pure coffee. If you want 80% of our products goes in pure coffee only. Some 20% of products with chicory blend. It's the chicory mixer. There we put coffee with chicory. It mixes and we get this thing. It's the chicory mixer. Here we put the coffee and chicory. Okay. If you want after this batch, we'll have to put there inside. Okay.
So how long it will take? Whole process how?
Each batch takes 40 to 45 minutes. Roasted.
One roasted takes 45
Yeah.
minutes.
Roasting is some important factor. After this grinding and this thing is okay. Main thing is you have to control the color of this thing, coffee beans.
Once it gets brownish, you have to take out.
Yeah. This is a cooling tray. It cools for 10 minutes, then it goes for powdering. Some products goes in roasted bean form only. Otherwise,
So you are adding all the chicory to all the varieties?
no.
or particular-
I told you, 80% of products goes in pure form only, pure coffee. Then actually this Arabica, Indian coffee, there are two varieties, Arabica and Robusta. Arabica, it's rich in aroma and flavor. Robusta, it's a strong coffee, okay? But not so aromatic. So we need to blend both of them in different ratios, 50-50, 60-40, 80-20. Then only you'll get a good cup of coffee.
This is the final process, right?
I told you this is a powder, then it goes for packing. Only chicory blend, with chicory we mix the coffee here, then we go for this one. Have 10%, 20%, 30% maximum.
Maximum 30%
30%.
chicory should be.
This chicory makes the coffee bitter and strong.
Okay. So this chocolate flavor and all is coming, right? With the cocoa powder, how that will...
No, we don't add chocolate and cocoa flavor, only chicory. Otherwise, we have some two varieties. It's called Arabic Kawa and Turkish. That is blended with cardamom flavor.
Okay.
And one more blend, Moroccan coffee. This includes 6 varieties of spices.
Spices you are adding.
Clove, cardamom, pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger.
So that is for
Moroccan coffee blend.
It's available here.
Yeah, it's there.
How much it is?
300 for 250 grams, I think. 1200 per kilo.
ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೈನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೈನ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಟೂರ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇವರು ಕಾಫಿನ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವಿವತ್ತು ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾಫಿನ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಕಾಫಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ವೈಟ್, ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಪೈಸಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಫಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ವೀಟ್, ರಾಗಿ, ಶುಗರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋ ಆ್ಯಡೆಡ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ and no preservatives. This is a very good health drink. It improves digestion, improves skin health, also improves metabolism. It's good for health. It's a health drink.